Welcome inside the Schaefer Center here in the campus of Southwestern Assemblies of God University in Waxahachie, Texas, where today the Lions and Lady Lions play host in a doubleheader action. They're host of Mid-America Christian University Evangels. That's a mouthful. Coming up next right here, only on the SAGU Sports Network.
Here we go. SID, baby. You ready? A night. On the ones and twos. Yeah. SAGU in the place to be. Yeah. Feels good, don't it? Hey. Feels good, don't it? Hey. Feels good, don't it? Here we go. Lions in the pack, never got slack, pushing for greatness, never looking back. Fear the roar, check the score, can't ignore talent, strength in the Lord. Lions in the pack, never got slack, pushing for greatness, never looking back. Fear the roar, check the score, can't ignore talent, strength in the Lord. Lions in the pack, never got slack, pushing for greatness, never looking back. Fear the roar, check the score, can't ignore talent, strength in the Lord.
SAGU is the place to be, is the place to be. SAGU is the place to be, is the place to be, yeah.
And welcome courtside, everybody. He's John Cookman. I'm Rob Price, and it's game 2 of a 5-game home stretch. I think it's 5 in a row for the Lions here. Today they host the Mid-America, it's a mouthful, Christian University Evangels, and they come into this game today. The Evangels do 12-6 overall, 5-4 in conference play against Lady Lions, who are struggling really, John. They're 1-8 in conference play right now.
They are, and the Lady Lions desperately need a win. This game is all about trying to make the playoffs, the conference playoffs at least, and maybe putting yourself in a position to make a good, strong run in the playoffs to qualify for the postseason tournament.
Well, the Lady Lions just dropped a game Thursday, 72-57 to TW, to drop to 10-11 on the season. That's the first time they've dipped below 500 in a while. The problem here, like you said, they're 1-8 in conference play. They're actually out of the running. If they were to end today, they wouldn't even make postseason play.
That's right, and that's why every game from here on out, especially tonight and the next 3 home games, which are back-to-back-to-back here for us, they have to win. Interesting point is last week, the MACU Lady Evangels played Texas Wesleyan, who we just lost to by 15.
Right.
It felt like 50.
Felt like 25, yeah.
Yeah. And the MACU Lady Evangels actually beat Texas Wesleyan by 1 point. Sounded like it was a great game.
Was that a home or away game for MACU?
You know what? You got me.
I got him. I figured. I got it. Either way, MACU is a good ball club here. If they beat Wesley, they can play, and so Coach Beatles has his hands full. Talked to him a few days ago. He's just still believes in the team, just trying to find the right chemistry, mix some players around. Maybe some bench players will make some surprise visits for us today during the game. I think we're ready to go with Adam Ferguson saying bye with our very own Arlen Beatles. Adam, take it away.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with head coach Arlen Beatles. Now, Coach, this is a team that beat Texas Wesleyan, who you guys saw on Thursday night and had a tough loss to. What do you have to do tonight to beat the MACU team?
Well, all the teams in the center are great teams, so we've got to cover the three-point shot. They've got 2 or 3 really good three-point shooters, got a couple of big post players, and we just got to play well to beat them. They're a good team.
Last game out, we saw Jaira Rodriguez step up and have 12 points and 4 rebounds. Can we expect to see a little bit more of her tonight against MACU? Well,
yeah, she's definitely starting, and the last 2 or 3 ball games she's played real well. I think she had 18 against someone, so she's playing well.
Now, at this point, if the playoffs started today, you guys would be 1 game shy of making the playoffs. What do you have to kind of do to turn your season around and make a late season push?
Well, we just, we're starting over again, so we've had a chance to see everybody now, and we just got to play well, and we take it 1 game at a time, as the old saying is, and I think we'll do well. We're improving every time.
All right, Coach. Good luck. Back to you, Rob.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Adam. Well, there you have it. He's got his hands full today for sure. Talk about some of the key players or keys to the game you see for the Evangelists to get a win here on the road today.
Well, the Evangelists just got to keep doing what they do for the last few games. They're on a one-game losing streak, so the game right before their last one, they did drop. But out of the last 5, they've won 4. So they're in good shape. Their chemistry is going well. I think they just need to be able to count on their bread and butter, which is Ashley Ferguson. She's averaging 16.5 points a game, and make sure that she gets her due and probably a little more. I think it's going to be a little tougher matchup for them tonight because the Lions come in. We here they have a bigger team, a little slower team. They do have a fast backcourt, but the front court, although it's big, it's a little slower. So if they can get out the break and keep their offense ahead of the Lions defense, then it's going to be a par for the course.
Thursday night, John, we both saw the game. How many shots rimmed in and out for the Lady Lions? I mean, they could have kept this game close. They got some good looks. They just couldn't get the ball to fall.
Yeah, absolutely. More than half of those shots were probably from 4 feet and in that were just going in and out, not getting the execution of, a good bucket. And those were created off of the backcourt speed between Bethany Kroc and Taylor Hill.
Yeah.
They were doing their job on defense, just not able to convert the bucket.
I think 3 players have watched today for Coach Beadle's team. One person, she came off the bench. Actually, I take it back. She got a start. She's usually off the bench. She got a start. Played real well. We're talking about Jaiva Rodriguez. She averages 4.5 a game. Dropped 12, 4 or 5 rebounds. Played really well. Inside out, the game was working. Let's see if Beadles gives her playing time again today against these Lady Evangelists.
Unquestionably. I think she's going to get a lot of clock. She earned it from the last game. You'll probably see that same starting lineup or something like
similar.
that, because that's where he got his speed and a lot of defense from.
Number 2, Charity Page versus Alexia Kelly. The 6'2" senior for the Evangelists averages 12 a game, 11 rebounds. Page, she's got her hands full between Cox and Page. We'll see if they can contain the big 6'2" senior. And finally, off the bench, I'm looking for Lakin Ward to have a good game. She's been quiet of late. Like her play, good thinker. Averages 6 a game, 5 rebounds. Again, I think Beatles may mix it. He got to find something to do different because at 1-8, that's not going to do the job right now, John.
And you're right. Lakin does need to get to a place where she's contributing healthily to the output of the offense of this team, and she can do it.
Almost time for tip-off here. We'll be right back after this message. Just stay tuned on the SAGU Sports Network.
At guard, sophomore, number 11, Alina Spatafora. At guard, junior, number 20, Felicia Foster. At guard, senior, number 23, Ashley Ferguson. At forward, junior, number 33, Tiara Brown. And at forward, senior, number 15, Alexis Kelly. Head coach for the Lady Evangelists is Marcus Bowman. And now the starting lineup for your Lady Lions. At point guard, junior from Waxahachie, Texas, number 13, Taylor Hill. At forward, senior from Georgetown, Texas, number 15, Jaiva Rodriguez. At guard, sophomore from DeSoto, Texas, number 25, Alexis McAfee. At center, senior from Lufkin, Texas, number 33, Cassie Cox. And at forward, sophomore from Nacogdoches, Texas, number 35, Charity Page. Head coach from Lady Lions is Arlen Beatles. Assistant coach is Corey Henry.
it's time to tip off here at the Schaefer Center. Game 1 of 2 today here. Lady Lions looking to bounce back from a tough loss Thursday against TW. Tip it off against MACU, and tip will go the way of the Evangels. Felicia Foster will set up shop. 5'2" junior from Peoria, Arizona. We're underway here in a game the Lady Lions really need to win. 1-8 in conference play. First shot no good from the Evangels. Here comes Taylor Hill. As you heard Beadle say, we're resetting the whole conference play. It's round 2, John, as they run through the conference opponents. So if they could do well in round 2, they can maybe squeeze back into that top 8 and qualify for postseason play. But you got to begin with a win right here at the Schaefer Center today. And there's a big block inside. Foul called against Alexia Kelly. And there's we mentioned that in pregame, Charity Page versus Alexia Kelly. And they're getting after it pretty early already.
Yeah, and this is where it counts. It's I like the attitude of, hey, let's wipe the slate clean, get a little amnesia, forget about the previous part of the season. Let's start again, because if we can reel off some wins here, we'll definitely go to the tournament. And if we can go to the tournament, we can make a little noise inside the tournament. And this could go in for some qualification for a postseason tournament, such as the NCCAA Division I, which would be good. It would be good if they could get in. And that's a fun little tournament to go to.
Bad pass there by Tierra Brown. Turnover back to the Lady Lions. Page was 1 of 2 from the line. And McAfee gets with the start today. Page over to Cox from the elbow. Puts the ball down, back up again. McAfee. Hill works inside. Free throw into the paint. Loses the handle. Turnover. Here comes Brown in transition. Picks it up and off the glass. No good. Hill back the other way. Finds McAfee. And Page looked at Cox. Over to McAfee again. Rodriguez, I guess, will come off the bench. She did have a good game. Oh, there she is. Right. Check it. She did start. I apologize. Nice pump fake crossover, but a miss for the player who came off the usual bench to get the start last time. Had 12 points. She'll get more looks. Beatles has a lot of confidence in Rodriguez right now.
And for good reason. She's been converting a high percentage of her shots, and really one of the few that's been able to go after it and convert those buckets.
Spat of 4. Long 3. Flat but good. Felicia Foster buries the tray.
I'm unsure how that was physically possible.
It was a rocket.
That was a straight line kind of going upward, and it went in.
McAfee into the paint. Over to Page. 15-footer. Good.
Beautiful. Beautiful mechanics in her shot. And one thing that if you've been watching Charity Page, she has great mechanics as she shoots. She just needs to be confident, more confidence.
And scramble for the ball, and loose ball picked up by Aaliyah Spatafora. Reset the shot clock. Strong move inside. Kelly, no good. Cox on the ground. No turnover called.
Great hustle by Cassie Cox.
McAfee from 15, no good. Rebound, weak side. Foster, now the other way, across the timeline. She's quick, John. Look at her. Keeps her head up as well, like a point guard should. And she'll reset. McAfee on her. The Lady Lions show 2-3 defense, and getting around Cox is Alexia Kelly, the 6'2" senior right here from Dallas, Texas.
And that's why they go to her so much. She is definitely the bread and butter, heart and soul of this team. And they've got to make sure she gets what, her touches, her due touches, and it looks like she's well capable of converting.
Hill had a rough game last time. That one hit about 6 different times the rim, and she gets the friendly bounce. She needed that one to fall.
Yes, she really did, because Taylor's had she's just been struggling. And the more you struggle, the more your confidence goes down, and it begins to snowball from there.
saw her in warm-ups. She was shooting good in warm-ups, so good to see her continue that good feeling when you're getting ready for a ball game. That's when the first one falls. Rodriguez down the corner. Cross court over the page. Tough shot. Too short.
Looked like there
cleared
was
by
a
Brown.
little extra contact there.
Yeah.
Probably could have been a foul. I do like to see when the refs let the game go on and let these girls play.
And that's going to be called on McAfee. On the
Obvious
floor.
reach.
McAfee, her first. Team's first. And here come 2 subs in for MACU. Number 2, number 25. That'll be Lindsay Mann and Lakota Thompson.
And it's interesting to see McAfee back out on the floor. Last game, we didn't see her a whole lot. Her minutes were well down from previous games, and she's usually a staple on the floor for Coach Beatles, and she is again today. Her speed is a difference maker. She just got to remember to move her feet.
Missed shot from Brown. She got the ball right where you want it in the 2-3 defense, right near the free throw line. Turned, was able to see the double team come and moved around the right side, but missed an easy layup. And that's how, if you're not going to shoot outside, you got to penetrate inside. She got a good look. Could not get the fall against that 2-3 zone. Rodriguez, long arching ball, no good. Weak side rebound, cleared by Brown. Quickly on up ahead to Ferguson, no relation to Adam. And zipping now Mann over to Foster. Plenty of time on the shot clock. A pass inside and tucked away by Cox over to Hill.
Cassie Cox has come to play some defense today. She's been, she's really been given a lot of hustle.
Ball on offense and gets her own rebound. Her feet weren't set, and she couldn't really get square, but she is fouled going up anyway. Good hustle from Cox defensively, then offensively.
Right, and that whistle even came a little late. I'm a little suspicious here with some of the extra contact that the refs are letting MACU get away with. Sometimes this happens when you become a cellar dweller. Even the refs come in, they know what a lot of times they do their own research, just like we do, and they build up a little bit in their mind.
You think so? You think
I
they're
know.
a little biased?
Well, I don't know that would be correct to say it's biased. I think they just know. They're looking. They're trying to find out. What is this game going to be like? What is the feel? Is it going to be an intense game, or is it just going to be another game that we're calling? So, no, I know that for sure. We talked to the refs a little bit before. We get a sense that they have a good, strong sense of how the game's going to flow, and that's very smart on a referee's part to do. The other side of that coin is that you can get a little psychology going already in your head, and when one team's in the record books a little better than the other, it may play with how they call the game initially. Usually it doesn't work out that way for the whole game.
Ferguson drains the 3 from the outside, and a timeout on the floor. And the Evangels retake the lead 8-7 on a long 3 ball from Ferguson. Ferguson, a 5'6" senior from right here in the DFW area, the Colony, Texas. She averages 16.4, the team leading scorer. And she showed why in that shot. Good release. One
interesting thing that we're seeing, we get the advantage of being up high here and seeing everything that's going on from the President's Suite, is Felicia Foster. She came out of the game. She was limping, and we saw that she was being attended to. Her calf looks like it's been pulled or something. So she's the speed of the team. She's the ball handler. She's part of what makes this team really go and get down the floor.
She's the only player really from the West Coast, Arizona player. Everyone else is from Texas or Oklahoma, one player from Florida. But, yeah, from Peoria, Arizona, the 5'2" speedster. Has a quick turnover right here. Actually, check that. We'll keep it. It's tipped away by the Evangels. McAfee inbound. Croc in the game now, number 22. She got the start last game against TWU. So it's Cox and Page down low. Croc McAfee and Hill at the top. Croc looking for Cox, not there. Good defense by Thompson on Cox. Hill in trouble, gets it back out to Cox. Looking underneath for Croc and intercepted
That was
by
a bad.
DeShayla Culberson.
Well, that was a bad pass. She telegraphed that the whole way.
Wow, downtown Ashley Ferguson from the same spot. Drop a nickel on it. She put her feet at the exact same place. About 22 feet out and drained it. Meanwhile, Cox, other end, gets 2 of those 3 back with a nice little mid-range jumper from the baseline. Lead 2 for the Evangels. Here's another 3 ball. That one short by Ferguson, but the Evangels get away with an offensive rebound up inside, way off the glass. Page clears. On up ahead to Hill. The chance to tie or take the lead with a 3 with 12:35 remaining in half number 1. There's Croc looking for Cox. Hill spots up a 3, looks good. It's good, she drains it.
What a big shot by Taylor Hill. That's what the Lady Lions need. They need Taylor Hill to give them that lift, that usual 10, 13 points that she's capable of scoring.
Yes, sir. She delivered right there, right on cue. Give the Lions a lead. And up inside, taking care of business is Shakayla Love, just off the bench from Preston, Oklahoma. Gives the lead back to MACU. Now here comes the press, John. Let's see how the Lady Lions handle this full court press. Not a hard press, but just enough to give them some trouble.
Oh yeah, and they've got a big team, a really long team in there right now. So if they can move their feet fast enough and get back and stay in front of the ball, that's going to be a dangerous press for Coach Beatles and his team to deal with today.
And I think that's why he just called a 30-second timeout to talk it over, something new to look at. So he's going to kind of reset the guard play. And really what's interesting is on that play, the guards did their job. It was actually Page in the corner who lost the handle. So, but still he wants to probably go over the fact that, hey, we've got to be ready for the press.
Well, as we were watching up here, we got the vantage point we were able to see. McAfee's still a young player, so she's still learning how to see the court. When things change, she doesn't necessarily change with them. She had a wide open Charity Page she could have passed to. They would have had a 2-on-1 scenario as they came down, and McAfee just missed it. And those things happen with young players. He calls a timeout. He said, hey, look, you've got to be able to see the middle of the floor because that's how you beat a full court press is you rotate the ball to the middle so the middle can then either press up or hit a wing player.
And that pass goes out of bounds. This is interesting. Thursday, with 12 minutes left in the first half, it was 12-12, TW and SAGU. With 12 minutes left today, it's essentially the same score, 13-12. This is where TW made their run. Let's see if the Lady Lions can prevent that from happening here against MACU at this point in the first half.
Well, we got a different lineup. We got a different look.
How about a steal from McAfee? Excuse me, John. Look at the play from McAfee. Now she'll keep it in transition. Pops over to Hill. Second 3 of the game. No good.
Oh!
That almost went in, but it would have been out of bounds because it hit the top of the backboard. But you wanted it to go in. You were excited. That thing almost dropped.
You better believe. She had good rotation. She got into the shot. Just
stepped into it nicely.
Yep. Just a little bit short there. And as we've seen before, Taylor Hill's shot when she hits the front of the rim has that little English thing where it pops over softly and goes in a lot of times. So that's not a rare thing to see, her coming up short but getting the points.
Lakin Ward in for the Lady Lions. 3 ball, no good by Burgess. Check that Foster. So let's see what Lakin Ward does inside. Actually, she plays the 3 here. She's got the ball now. Looking inside, nothing there. Turns, spins, over to Cox, into the paint. And a whistle and a reach-in called against.
Actually, that's an off-the-ball foul. She
looked like it was going to be against.
Shakayla Love, pushed Lakin Ward as she came through the middle there, just trying to get out of the way. That might have been a little ticky-tack foul. Unnecessary, and they probably could have let that go.
Hill spots up Croc on the screen. Baseline, no good. Weak side rebound. Brown on up ahead to Spadafora. She averages 9 a game. Inside to Brown. Brown on Hill, that's a mismatch in that 2-3 zone right there. She gets it out to Spatafor, who drains another 3. Spatafor extends the lead to 4.
What a beautiful looking shot there. She just didn't acquire that touch, I can tell you that.
Well, Brown had the mismatch. She up against Hill near the elbow. She could have taken her in. How about the play inside from Cox with the other end?
Love to see
Wow.
Cassie Cox be aggressive like that. Come to the ball, grab it, and
go to the basket.
Keep it up high and take it to the hoop.
Love it. Lead back to 2 for the Evangels. Tough pass inside. Pulled down, but then missed. Kelly. And Hill gets it over to Ward. Rodriguez set to check back in at the next stoppage. Kroc. Tough shot. Loose ball. Lands in McAfee's hand. She finds Ward. Into the paint. Drops her shoulder. Turns. Spins. Bucket. Good. And 1. Lakin Ward. We mentioned her in pregame. And she delivers right off the bench.
That's exactly what we need Lakin Ward to do. And her team needs her to do is show that offensive presence. She has every capability of scoring and scoring big in these games. I think her confidence has been a little bit down. And as you see, that's just a good, confident shot.
Yeah. Like how she drove her shoulder, then turned and squared it up. Got over the defender. Nice touch. And a chance to take the lead back for the Lions. And she does just that. Completes the 3-point play. Lions up 17-16, 9.5 left. Looking good right now against a team that's 5-4 in conference play right now. 12-6 overall in the season. Long ball from the corner, and who else? Again, it is Ashley Ferguson. The senior drains her 3rd 3 of the game. Cox finds Ward, and she is fouled going up. She'll go back to the line. Good position, good front court play. Cox to Ward. Love to see those interior passes between the 2 big men. So Ward's second free throw on the way. 9:03 left. It is good. And we're tied again at 19. And here come Lady Evangels looking to improve to 13-6 on the year. Inside, tough move, tough shot. Kelly, and Cox clears. Like that position that Kelly had on Cassie Cox on the right post, John. And here's Ward. She finds Cox, and a loose ball. Cox comes away with it. A tough shot up and in. How about the hustle play from Cassie Cox? Lost the handle, found it again in traffic. Delivers a little touch from the inside.
Looks like Cassie Cox has taken Coach Beadle's message from practice this week and understood that it's now or never. It's do or die. We got to get out there and do everything we can. Cassie Cox again. She is just being a dominant presence on the floor right now, forcing the Lady Evangels to call a timeout.
A quick 10 points for Cassie Cox. She averages 7. She's already well above her average. And we're just halfway through the first half of play, and she's given the Lady Lions a 4-point lead. Boy, if they could win this game, John, and John Brown and USAO can lose, they'll be in good shape to at least get back in that position to be in the 7th, 8th spot.
Well, really all they need to do is just keep winning. I think you can't, right now, you can't play the psychological game of what does other teams need to do.
Sure.
You just need to do what you do and win. There you see Cassie Cox. She has 10 points already, 5 rebounds, well on her way to a double-double.
Could it be?
I think she can.
Good.
I think she will do it, and she's very, very capable of having a double-double.
And how about the discipline from the foul? 1 foul for the Lions the entire first half. We're again like 9 minutes left in the first half. 5 for the Evangels, but great discipline on the defensive side to keep the Evangels off the free throw line. 8:05 remaining first half, and timeout, a timely timeout. You had to call that timeout if you're MACU to just settle your troops down.
Yeah, you don't want it to get any further. 4-point lead is not much, especially for a team like and as talented as MACU. But you got to kill the momentum.
That's a big-time move right there from Alexia Kelly. Turn, spin, got position,
And
up under the basket, sealed her man, delivered.
I'm sure we're going to see her do that another half dozen times tonight.
Ward over to Dorsey, who just checked in, looked at Cox, Rodriguez. Everyone's touching the ball. That's good, always good to see. Ward spins, turns, finds Rodriguez. She's got Hill if she wants her. Oh, looked at Hill, looked her off, went inside, and Ward comes away with the offensive board. Now Hill for three, no good. Good offensive play all around, just could not get that bucket to fall again, John. Tough play to not score in that one. Now here's Kelly again. Now showing some outside touch. It's Alexia Kelly. She's got quick six.
She is very, very good at what she does. She knows how to play the game of basketball. She understands positioning and where she is on the floor. She sees the floor very well. Alexia Kelly is a fantastic basketball player.
She averages a double-double, 12 and 10. Meanwhile, boom, baby, another three-pointer for the Lions. This time it's Lakin Ward, 7 off the bench. Lions up 2 with 6:30 remaining first half. Really got to be pleased if you're Coach Arlen Beatles right now about the defensive intensity and the offensive output from the bench.
Lakin Ward with a great rebound.
Dorsey crossed the timeline. A chance to extend the lead. 3 players set to check in for MACU. Cox looking for point number 12. Got it. Too good. She just turned and spin. Did not even wait for the defender to get to her. Spatafor arrived late. Cox has 12.
You got to love what you're seeing on the floor from the Lady Lions if you coach Beatles. Getting those first looks, that first primary look down low. And it's happening. Yep. It's Cassie Cox has been wide open. They're not shutting that down. And they're going to it.
And, John, what will happen is, you know this as well as I do, as a nice play from Kelly, the inside game will open up the outside game in time. They'll force the defense to settle down in the paint, which should leave Hill, perhaps Kroc, maybe McAfee wide open for some mid-range jumpers.
Well, after that last timeout by MACU, you saw Alexa Kelly come out and really man up, even though it was a zone. She manned up. It wasn't a real box-and-one situation, but because Cassie Cox is playing low on the blocks, she got an opportunity to really front the ball from Cassie and did a great job on that one possession of keeping the ball out of her hands. Since then, the last few possessions, since that timeout, she's been left wide open, and I don't know how you can leave Cassie Cox wide open after she's been scoring, especially as Coach Moeller's, I'm sure, preaching there in the timeouts. Do not let her open. Stay in front. Those entry passes are way too easy.
Well, the only way to stop Cox now is where she's at now, and that is on the bench. Beatles giving her a quick rest. And inside in now for the game is Daitisha Diggles in the paint. Ward skip pass over to Rodriguez, quickly to Hill. Love the ball, but Dorsey tries a three. Nails it!
Big
Monica
splash.
Dorsey! Yeah, splash indeed.
And Adam and I, we were talking a little earlier before the game that it was key for Monica Dorsey to finally come around and start hitting some shots. She's hitting about 12% from the floor, 26% from the floor, which is just not herself. She's a better shooter than that.
Love, turns, spins. Nice move off the glass over Diggles, who just checked in. She's got, I think that's her 4th point of the game already for Love off the bench. Where's number 44? Lead cut to 3, 4:35 remaining. Half number 1 in game 1 of 2 here at the Schaefer Center today. Rodriguez will try a 3. Rolls in and out, but Ward offensive rebound, strong side, no good. Loose ball, it's Dorsey, finds Rodriguez for 15, short. Another offensive board, this time it's Dorsey again. Back over to Ward, turn, spin, looking for help. Dorsey finds Hill, quick pass inside the Diggles. Oh, that looked good, but it's too short. That's as good as you're gonna get right there. Wide open jumper from about 14. I'll take that all day. It just could not get that to fall, John.
4 missed shots. Great effort on the offensive rebounds, but 4 missed shots. This is reminiscent of the Texas Wesleyan game. So many second chances, but not converted. So many easy buckets. They cannot fall into this slump, which will open the door for MACU to just stay in it and let their bigs do the work down the stretch.
There's that zone trap and a whistle. Thompson, like how that 2-3 collapsed into the zone right there near the baseline beyond the block. It's a natural place to trap, and that got Thompson in big trouble, but she got bailed out, and she'll go to the line to try to convert. I think is this going to be should be a 1-and-1. No, it will be a 2-shot foul. Check that. And the first one does fall. Rodriguez will check out. It'll be McAfee back in.
You know, one interesting thing, I know Coach Beatles doesn't play it like this too much, and you don't see Diggles and Charity Page on the floor at the same time. But this is one of those games because their bigs match up well with our bigs. He may want to put both of them in just to get a defensive effort and stop because Kelly is so strong down low. And if we begin to trap her.
And 3 seconds called on Diggles.
If we begin to trap Kelly, then she's going to have an easy overlook pass to the other side of the block. And we're going to need some good, strong defense down the stretch, I feel, coming up in the second half.
If you were the coach, what I hear you saying is you put the 2 bigs in right now.
Later. I totally get and understand why he doesn't play it like that. But that get a little more experience with Diggles, man. That's going to be a powerful twosome when they're able to play on the floor at the same time.
Wide open for 15.
In and out.
And weak side rebound. It's Diggles. She'll go to the line. She's shooting just a little flat there. Looked good coming off, but just a little flat. Wasn't able to get the friendly bounce. But Diggles does come up with the offensive glass. There it is again. Can they convert now from the free throw line? They're having trouble getting the ball from field goal range on offensive rebounds. First free throw is good. I like her form, too.
Oh, man.
Boy, that's a pretty form.
Great. That's definitely not the first time she's shot a free throw. She practices those things.
Chance to go up by 3 with 3 minutes remaining. And she does that right off the back of the rim. Converts 2 of 2. Foster will cross the timeline. Her Evangels down by 3, and a travel called in the backcourt. Cox will check back in, as will Tara Brown for the Evangels, and so will Ferguson will come back in, and McAfee's going to come back in as well. So some wholesale, or I guess not wholesale changes, several changes as we near the end of the first half here. So we've got Ward, McAfee, Cox, Dorsey, and Hill for Coach Beatles. Looking to pick up a big win here at the Schaefer Center to recover from a tough loss Thursday night, and that ball goes out of bounds. How about the baseball team, John? Give us an update. Off to a really good start so far this season.
Well, they got 2 wins, 2 strong wins last night, and got Coach Blackman's 400th win. There was a nice little presentation after the game with the athletic director, Jesse Gotting. They gave him a nice Louisville Slugger bat. That's really cool. If you haven't seen that picture, it's on Facebook, Instagram. I think they even put it on Twitter, Google+. It's really cool scene.
Foster over to Love. And a whistle. Basket obviously no good. They're going to call a foul against the Lady Lions. Now they're going to say that. I guess she was out of bounds. Unclear about that, and there's no foul on the scoreboard. Either way, Evangels missed his shot, turn it back over to the Lady Lions, up by 3, 2 minutes remaining. So the baseball team, I think they're 3-0 now. Should be undefeated. Dorsey, tough shot, no good.
They have a doubleheader today. They're in the middle of the second game of that doubleheader. They won the first one, so they are 3-0 now.
Foster sends it right over to Ferguson, inside to Brown, and she gets called for a foul. Or did she turn over?
It looked like he said that she stepped on the line.
Yeah, I didn't see again the number come up, but gives the Lady Lions a chance to extend the lead one more time. McAfee baseline.
Good strong
Shot,
move by
yeah.
McAfee. She's just going to have to learn to get a little more under control and make that shot a little more efficient.
Brown from 3. Ward clears. Brown averages 6 a game from Arlington, Texas, a junior, 5'10 junior.
Mansfield Summit High School. Over close to you, Rob.
Midlothian Hill off the mark. And Ward touched that last. The refs say he'll turn it back over to MACU. Under a minute to play. And Kelly will check back in. And we're going to see for the first time Ebony Colbert, one of 3 DeSoto High School products in the game for Hill. Probably to prevent any foul trouble from unfolding. But with 3 fouls in the first half, you got to be pleased with that if you're Coach Beatles. Really happy.
You really do. These refs have done a good job. They're letting these ladies play.
Inside, Brown. 10-footer, no good. Colbert up ahead to Dorsey. Got 2 of the 3 DeSoto players on the floor now, McAfee and Colbert. They played together in high school. Just up the road, I-35. Ward now. 20 left in the shot clock, on the game clock. 10 on the shot clock. Shot off the glass. It's Monica Dorsey.
Again.
The Saxy High School product extends the lead to 5. And inside it is Kelly.
Great defense by Cassie Cox. Great defense. She is not giving up. She is giving it 110% every moment she's out there on the floor.
Oh, and good off the glass. Tara Brown buries a 3.
What?
The prayer is answered.
A huge
Absolutely.
shot. That's going to come back.
Cuts the lead to 2.
That is going to come back to haunt the Lady Lions. There's no, you cannot, the clock is your friend there. You're running out of time. All you got to do is a few seconds of just lockdown, stop defense.
Right.
You can, that was a wide open attempt.
Wow. Well, let's hear what assistant head coach Corey Henry has to say. He is standing by with our very own Adam Ferguson courtside. Adam?
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with assistant coach Corey Henry. Now, Coach, on Thursday night you had a close game coming towards the end of the first half against Texas Wesleyan. Tonight you've been able to keep it close and actually hold the win at halftime. What's been different about these 2 games?
Actually, tonight we're executing really well on offense. We're doing well in transition also. Actually, throughout the season, we've actually done well against teams that have pressed us, getting transition points. We're making baskets, and defensively, I think we've done a great job. They've got open a few times on the perimeter, but right now we're playing well.
And speaking of the perimeter, Coach Beatles did say that they are a very good 3-point shooting team, but you've been kind of able to hold them tonight from the 3-point line. They haven't hit as many as they've taken, obviously. What have you done right on defense so far in the first half?
We've been really active on defense. 23 got loose a few times out there, but really overall, I think our zone's done a great job. Our girls, they've been active. They've been working hard.
All right, Coach, good luck in the second half.